Okay.
I'm live.
Yep.
I mean, I'm recording.
Yep.
All right, what's up, everyone? So today, excuse me. So today I want to talk a little bit about. I got a phone call this morning from a good friend of ours, and she had called, and I want to have her on my. I want to have her on my channel. Hopefully, sometime next week we're gonna set it up. And honestly, her words and the way she puts her words and everything is something I want everybody to hear. Some people may take it in, some people may not take it in. But I can say the conversation I had with her this morning was deep. And I've known her for about 20 years, and she became a very good friend, sister. And and it's crazy because we haven't talked in a long time. Every time she comes in, she stays out of state. I'll leave all that up to her when she gets on. She's stays on a reservation. Yeah, she is native. She stays on a reservation, and we had a conversation today that was, or this morning, I should say, early in the morning, that was deep. That was real deep. And we talked a little bit about everything, but so the reason why I put, of course, positivity when she comes on. Maybe she'll come on. She got so much to say. It'll take more than just one time. Maybe she'll come on live one time, and you guys can ask your questions after we drop the video next week. Hopefully, sometime next week. The reason why I put I'm a leader and not a victim because that's in a prayer, which I'll play the prayer. She sent me the prayer. I'll send the prayer um, at the end of this video. But we were talking, and I won't get too deep into it because a lot of it is something that I really don't know much about. But you can say it got really, really deep, and makes me want to learn a lot more. It makes me want to learn a hell of a lot more, and it opened up my eyes to a lot of things. So, with that said, let me give you a little sample of a big part of the conversation that it went to. I even told her, she should be uh, a spiritual motivation speaker because it got deep. The conversation got real deep, and it's crazy because she was telling me that after she visited me after my accident, that she had told God, I want to be like Oso. I want to be like Oso, which is me. I want to be like Oso. He don't hold no grudges. He doesn't not talking shit about the person that ran into me, that was drinking and driving. And I got nothing against that person. I'm still me. I didn't change. She said, I'm protected, which is crazy that she mentioned that because in the pictures that was given to us through the CHP office, they take their investigation. They took a bunch of pictures. When I was in my pickup truck, and so I'm going to talk a little bit more. I'm going to get a little bit deeper on this, but not too much because there's a lot more I got to learn. But so when I was in my pickup truck, the way Kim and my kids, the way they explained the pictures, I guess I was surrounded in my pickup truck with a whole bunch of orbs, different color orbs, different colors inside orbs. There was one big orb, I guess, I was sitting right next to my head. I guess it was a big old orb and had like just a bunch of different colors from bluish to purplish. And so when I took the pictures when I wasn't in the truck, the orbs running around. And remind you, it was a clear morning. It was a clear morning. It wasn't raining. It wasn't, none of that morning, the morning of my incident. But when they took pictures of the ambulance, there was orbs around the ambulance when I was in the ambulance. And when I was telling her this, she said that was my angels protecting me. That was my angels. Like I said, this conversation got deep, and she's a very, very deep, deep person, very positive. But she had told me that she had asked God, that her, creator, that she wants to be protected like I am. After my action, after she visited me, and I was just me. Still joking, still positive. I didn't think back, didn't look back on it. No reason to, because hey, if I can't change it, why sit there and be down about it? So, so we were talking. Conversation was getting deep. Something that I would really want you guys to tap in once I get her on here and record and drop this video, and maybe you guys hear it. Might want to know more and comment on when I do drop it sometime next week. Maybe she'll get on live and can answer questions, talk. She's very motivational, very positive person, and and she's been through it. She's been through it, and but with that said, I want to take you back. A little bit about our conversation. So when I was a kid, okay, when I was a little kid, mind you, I was I don't remember how old I was, but we're going back to I was about like 5, 6 years old. I had a family member that, this family member was didn't sleep for a good week, because every time this family member would close their eyes, they would see like something evil. So, they had different churches come, a priest, a preacher, from the Mormons to Catholics, from Christians, come, and they stage the house. And this family member of mine, every time they went to school, they were so tired they closed their eyes, and boom, something like a demon, the way it was explained, instantly. So I remember I stayed the night at the house, to help this person stay awake. And I was like 5, 6 years old. And somebody's here. I was like 5, 6 years old. And I stayed at night. We, slept in the living room, trying to keep this person to stay awake before they wouldn't, fall asleep. So with that said, I was finally fell asleep. I fell asleep, and this person fell asleep as well. Now, when this person fell asleep, I remember that I remember waking up in the middle of the night. When I woke up, to this day, honestly, I remember, I had my eyesight for 42 years before my incident. I remember seeing the most beautiful light I've ever seen. To this day, I can say, it was the most beautiful. It was like purplish, bluish, goldish, sparkling, glittery. But I was paralyzed. My whole body was paralyzed, and I couldn't move. I tried to call this person, but I had no voice. I couldn't call this person. I couldn't move. The only thing I was able to move was my eyes, from the living room to the kitchen. That was it. But I couldn't look over at my family member. And so my body was paralyzed. I had no voice, but I was able to witness the glow, this beautiful, beautiful light. It was like, I don't want to say flickering. I can't even explain it. It was so beautiful. Like the gold, the glittery, the different colors into this light. And I fell back to sleep. Now, when I woke up in the morning, I remember two of my family members sitting on the table, and I got up and I went over there, and they were crying. And this particular family member was saying that the Virgin Mary appeared on this person. And I believe it because I seen that light. I seen the light of, oh man, I can't even tell you how beautiful that light was. So anyways, I had seen this light, right? And after that, this particular day, this family member was able to sleep. I guess that night, the family member had fell asleep and woke up to the Virgin Mary, not hovering over them, but after that time, that demon, whatever it was that was appearing, never appeared again. So I remember that, okay? And another thing I remember, so I knew this person that Well, I didn't know this person. I knew this person. I met him a few times, and this particular person was, I guess, dabbled a lot in black magic, which I didn't know this at the time. But I remember this person had said that this person would read people and pretty much call stuff out. And I guess this person tried reading me and couldn't. And this person had told another person that I knew. That's how I knew this person, that that I was strong, that I had this strong, holy. I had strong angels around me protecting me, and which is crazy because this morning with the conversation, she had said that I was protected. I was being protected by my angels, through the orbs and stuff. And there's more to it. This conversation got a lot more deeper. I'm just giving you a little sample what the conversation, a big part of the conversation was this morning. So, it's crazy that, this person said that, he couldn't read me because I had a strong angels protecting me. So, later on, I had an aunt, one of my aunts. She wrote a book about horoscopes and about the moons and stars, the way everything aligns. And I remember I was mad at my aunt. Well, before I get there, last time. Okay, so let me go back. When my grandmother passed away, I remember I was mad at my aunt because she didn't show up. And I was explaining this morning, and which my friend said she should have showed up, but my aunt didn't like going nowhere. She was pretty much a hermit, and which that was a big part of that was explaining, opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, a lot of, I realized a lot of things, and which I got, man, I just barely got a little glimpse this morning of a lot of things. So, anyways, my aunt was one where she was able to see things that regular people couldn't see. I remember her telling my mom and dad when I was a little kid that they would get a divorce, that and how they would get the divorce, and exactly what year, pretty much. And I remember that because I was in the back. We were in Hayward. I was in the swimming pool, and I went in for a hot dog break, and she was telling my mom and dad this, and they were young. Remind you, they were young, and it's crazy because she was right down to the T. And we got like 10 of her, I forgot what you call it, the books that she had wrote. And speaking of that, my friend wants to read it. She wants to get into it. But when the last time I had seen my aunt, well, before that, I was mad at her because she didn't show up to my grandma's services. Well, last time I seen her, I remember my aunt, she got into, she was drinking a lot of wine, and, for her to go outside the house, she had to take a pill and pass out, because she didn't like being outside, which, it opened my eyes to a lot of that, the reasons why today. And, or I should say this morning. Well, I remember she looked at me. Before I left, she paused and she looked at me, like she stuttered, like she got lost in my eyes. And she kind of like shook her head, and she goes, she had told me, I remember this, before she gave me the hug, she had told me, be safe out there, be safe, be careful while you're driving. I didn't think nothing of it. This happened like 5 years before my incident, like 5-6 years before my incident, but that was the last time I seen her. And which makes sense now. And the reason why she was drinking a lot, which is understandable now, everything got broken down. Like I said, I don't want to speak too much of it because a lot of it I don't understand, just being broken down. And, but I remember, so, there's so much more. The conversation got so deep. Well, anyways, after my incident, after I was hit by the drunk driver, and as everybody knows, or if you don't know, go back and watch my video DUI accident or DUI crash the day that saved my life. The day DUI crashed the day that changed my life forever, something like that. Um, that's the morning I died 3 times. I was in a coma. Medically, I'm a miracle. Like she was saying, our Creator, our God, our Heavenly Father, has a purpose for me here, and I think I learned. I always kind of knew why. So I can open. Well, for one, be here with my family, my kids. Two, trying to raise awareness of DUI, of drinking under the influence, and so some other reasons I don't want to get too deep into, but like I said, she's real deep. So after my incident, which I heard before in the past through my mother-in-law, she used to always say, when you smell roses, uh, the Virgin Mary's around you. My sister said it before. My mom said it before. And today, out of all mornings, I was telling her, the first 2-3 years, even to this day, I'll be sitting here because I lost like half my taste buds, lost my eyesight, lost my leg, many more. Now I have a scar on my brain through my coma, my brain bleed. So much, I got, dealing with so much. So even now to this day, I'll go a day smelling roses or like flowers. And the first 2-3 years after my incident, that's all I could smell, just strong smell of roses. Strong. I could be taking a dump and all I smell is roses. Literally, my shit smelled like roses. And so did everybody else's for that matter. But the crazy thing is that's all I could smell. So, somebody was cooking, I couldn't smell. All I smelled was roses. Somebody smoking next to me, I couldn't smell it. All I smelled was roses. So even to this day, I still get strong whiffs of roses. When I was telling her this, she said, "I remind you, she's not Catholic. She's not, she don't. As far as I know, I'm not too sure. Like I said, I don't want to get too deep into it. She don't have a particular faith. She just has faith, and she had told me, you know what that means, right? That means the Virgin, the Virgin Mary, is protecting you. The Virgin Mary is around you when you smell flowers. When you smell any kind of flowers or roses, it's because the Virgin Mary is protecting you. The Virgin Mary is around you, is with you." And that kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it gave me the chills because, she's there met my, as far as I remember, she never met my sister, my mom. I'm not sure if she met my mother-in-law or not, but they never talked like that. And so that just gave me the chills. A lot of things we spoke about today was just a trip. It was deep. The conversation got deep. And for anybody that's watching this, do me a favor. I'm not sure what she's gonna want it called. I have a funny feeling what she's gonna want it named. But it's gonna be something positive. It's gonna be something amazing, something just crazy. Just, I don't want to say crazy, but yeah, I guess I can use the word crazy, deeply spiritual. Like I said, she's native. She lives on a reservation. She don't live here in California. And the timing of talking to her, like she was saying, I got to call my sister Kim. I got to call my brother also. She said for the longest time, I got to call Kim and also. But with everything she's doing, she got so much stuff that she has in the works. She's talking to, well, I'll let her explain more in her video, but I just quick little summary. People in Japan, people out of the country about building this. Well, what she's building, like I said, she's native. She lives on the ridge, and she's doing so many positive things in her life, and and so she's been busy with her work, her personal, not personal business, but yeah, I guess I can say personal. Well, she's trying to open up, her own personal business, you can say, but she wants to make sure everything's legit. Where if you can go and get something native, um, the history, it's nothing fake. You're gonna get something legit. You're gonna get something real, and the different beliefs and it just like mad, like wow, it just honestly tripped me out, and I want to learn. I want to learn a lot more. A lot more about it because it's a lot of things that I have no clue about, and the way she was speaking it and like choosing her words without even choosing it, it just flowed out. So I don't want to say, yeah, I guess you could say it naturally, but certain things, she had to make sure she used the right words and honestly, it tripped me out. It really tripped me out, and it's gonna be some. It's gonna be something that we're gonna record, and maybe after you guys hear it, you guys want her to come on live. She's gonna open up her own podcast here in a minute. She's in the makings of doing her business and doing her things. And she says she wants to open up her own podcast and own internet online thing for you guys can get on there. But I'll let her speak more about that once we do the recording and I get it posted. And this is something just amazing that you guys are gonna really trip out about, and it could open your guys' eyes to a lot of things, a lot of positivity, a lot of just positive things, and yeah, it's gonna get deep. The conversation when I drop the video, sometime next week, it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be a deep conversation, and like I said, maybe you guys want to get on live, answer some questions for you guys, and see if she's up for it. I'm pretty sure she will, but I don't want to speak for her. Something's to be positive, something's to be amazing. This conversation I had with her this morning was amazing. Like she was saying, um, like I said, I didn't talk to her. We haven't talked to her in a long time, and I just got found her number again. I gave her a call, and she goes, she had told me I've been wanting, to call you guys. I've just been so busy that I haven't had time to call you. Well, today she finally called me, and Kim was sleeping because she works graveyard, and I was on the phone with her talking to her, trying to be quiet because Kim was right next to me, and she worked graveyard, so she's tired. I didn't want to wake her up, and I was telling Kim pretty much everything we were talking about, and even Kim tripped out. Me and Kim had this long conversation, and like I said, the conversation was deep. I mean, it was deep, and so if you guys can tune in, I don't want to say too much, but just just giving little samples of what we talked about, little quick samples of what we talked about, what the conversation is going to be about when she gets on. um, like I told her, and she laughed about it. She said, "I'm not the only person who said that. Other people have said that, but even she's learning. Even she's learning. Like she told me, there's so much more. There's so much more, and it's something that I honestly don't have no clue about, and it was just a trip because it opened my eyes to a lot of things today, this morning. Opened my eyes to a lot of things, and made me see things a lot differently. No pun intended, because I can't even see my hand in front of me. All I see is pitch black. But in a different sense of a way, it made me see things a lot differently, and made me see why I am literally a medical miracle. It was just a trip. It was a trip, and like she said, there's a reason why. Because she had called me yesterday, and I wasn't able to pick up the phone, and but yeah, that part gets deep too. She said that the timing, timing is everything. There's a reason why we talked this morning, because the conversation was going to be a long conversation, not even purposely being long. Just the way the conversation went, and it was, man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy conversation, something that I think everybody would love to tune in and listen to, and it's going to get to a lot of people's hearts. It's going to open a lot of people's eyes, for the most part. So, and it's nothing but positivity. It's nothing but positive. And that's one thing too. I know she has said that I always kept the positive thing about me. I always kept positive. That's why she had asked God. I want, also to protect. Protect. I want what's protecting also to protect me in a spiritual matter. And she said, now I got it. She goes, now I got it. And the way a lot of things went opened my eyes, made me see things a lot differently, which I always kind of knew somewhat, but not too much. But now I see a little bit more of the way she broke things down. I know I have a certain family member that was telling me, I should meditate, I should do this, but that's something I don't know how to do. And like I said, the conversation went deep. Um, I have even like when I was talking to Kim afterwards, after Kim woke up, and yeah, it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be a deep conversation. So please, everybody, do me a favor, tune into this. I'm not sure what she's gonna want to name it. I have a funny feeling I know what she's gonna want to name it. I just don't want to say it, just to be sure. I don't want to say it, and maybe after you guys see it, if you guys want to get on my live feed with me, she's a very busy person. She got a lot of things going on. She's like I said, she's opening up her own thing about. She wants to open up her own podcast. She was going to open up her own online for you guys can go on there and check it out and get native stuff that's real. Nothing fake. No, the words. I'm trying to think of the words that that she used, but my mind's going blank right now. That and I don't want to speak too much about. I'll let her speak on it more because she knows a lot more. She can explain it a lot better than I can. I'm just scamming through a lot of things, but spiritually wise, you know, she knows she knows her shit, and I literally don't mean it like that. It's not shit. It's nothing. It's far from that. But she knows her stuff. She knows her knowledge, and she's just an amazing person. All the way around, and the positivity I got out of her today was amazing. So, with that said, I want to do this. She sent me the prayer of because I know before I've always said I don't consider myself a victim. I just happen to be at the right place at the wrong time, or the wrong place at the right time. I'm not too sure. So, um, so I'm not too sure because I'm pretty sure the guy behind me probably wouldn't have lived. The one that took the little video clips. You look down my videos of DUI crash today, it changed my life forever. If you watch that one, the two little video clips of me suffering my pickup truck, before I got all swollen and all that stuff. Um, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure, but uh, there's a reason why I was in the middle of that path, and I was there, and medically, I'm a miracle. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play this prayer. Uh, the what it's called is I'm a leader, not a victim, and she has sent it to me. Okay, so as soon as I get it there, I want to put it up to the speaker. I want to let it play. Then I want to say my goodbyes, and hopefully you guys take it. And I think it's next.
Bless you too. Yes, now. The battery is low. Please.
Man. Hold on. My phone just. Now let me find it again before I finish up. I want to play this prayer. Uh, she gave me the okay to play the prayer. I mean to say the prayer.
Today, I choose to surrender my fears, my worries, and my doubts so that I can step into my most confident, courageous, and heroic self. Today, I choose to love myself. I choose to care for myself, and I choose to believe in myself, and I choose to empower myself. Today, I choose to be a leader and not a victim. Today, I choose to let go of the fear of rejection, judgment, and failure. I choose to conquer the inner enemies of self-doubt and self-sabotage. I choose to lead with love and passion and allow my creative powers to flow through me. I will be guided by my spirit team, my creator, my intuition, and discernment and remain aligned with my highest ideas and be who I am meant to be. I am and who I am, amen. So mote it be, and so it is. Today 8:55 a.m.
Yeah, see, that's deep. I don't know if you guys were able to hear that right, but you know that's deep. Like I said, the conversation we had this morning was deep. It got a lot deeper. I don't want to get too deep into it because that's not my place. Uh, Maybe once I start learning a lot more, because now I do want to learn a lot more. Maybe I can start getting on here and I can start speaking a little bit about it. But um, I want to have her on. I asked her if she wanted to get on because she's deep. She's deep. She knows her knowledge. She knows her stuff, and her words that she uses is amazing. And I want to have her on here. She said that sometime next week, maybe Saturday or Sunday, uh, we'll do the recording. And after you guys listen to, honestly, she has so much to say. It's gonna take more than one or two recordings. Maybe we should get on live one time if you guys want after you hear it, and she can answer questions and all that. But that's something that'll be up to her. I don't want to speak for her. That'll be up to her. And she does. She's one of my silent listeners. She'll get on. She listens, and she's out of state. And but she's an amazing lady. Somebody I'm glad, I'm proud to call my sister. And there's nothing but love there. Every time she does come into state, she has to make it a point to make a stop, come visit us. Last time she came, she took us all out to breakfast, and I know it took a hurting on her pocket, because we got a big family. But she took us all out for breakfast, and she paid for everybody. She wouldn't take nothing, nothing less. And we can't even take our own family out to a big breakfast the way she did it for us, because we got a lot of kids. The only time we get to go out all together and eat like that is like for Christmas time. My dad would get us somewhere, a Mexican restaurant or Sizzlers, Denny's, whatchamacallit, where we can all go out and eat. And of course, tax seasons. But other than that, she came, she did, every time she comes into the States, last time, I want to say it's about a year ago. And, she took us all out to eat. And she was saying next time she comes in the state, she has to make a, stop by and visit. And she does all the time. She comes into California. She, always comes and visits. She makes it a point. It's like a mandatory for her to come and visit family. That's what, we call each other. We're family. So, like I said, the conversation is gonna get deep. It's gonna get real deep when she gets on here, and positive. It's gonna be a big positive vibe. So, with that said, somebody here. Yeah. Okay. So, with that said, I want to go ahead and say my goodbyes. Hope you guys tap in. It's gonna drop sometime next week. I'm not sure what we're gonna name it yet, but I'll let you guys know before it drops. I'll get on. I'll let you guys know when it's gonna drop and what it's gonna be called. This way, everybody can tap in and listen to it. And I hope everybody taps in and listen to it. Like I said, it's gonna be nothing but positivity. That's why I love talking to her today, because it was a positive message, a positive conversation, and I loved it. I love the conversation, and that's something that I don't have room or time for, is anything negative in my life. I look at all the positives as possible, and today's conversation was perfect timing. Like she said, sometimes just the timing of when, like our conversation today. I haven't talked to her for a long time, and like she said, she was meaning to call us, but her time wise, she didn't have enough time to call. And this morning she did, because she had time to talk, not knowing it's going to be a long conversation, which I enjoyed the whole conversation. It never got boring. And then, she had to get ready for work and, handle her business and all that good stuff. So with that said, you guys, remember to after this conversation today, being this deep, I mean this even more so. even though I completely mean it because I lived it. I mean it even more so. Remember to tell your loved ones you love them before you leave your house because you're not guaranteed to make it back home. Be a blessing. Stay blessed. I'm out.